Around 1 million Latino voters in Texas were voting for Trump.
One thing I know about Republicans up on Capitol Hill is when they tell you they're going to do something, they've already done it. The plan has been finalized and they've moved on to the next objective. Okay, so by the time the public finds out about it, it's already too late. You can't do anything about it. Why do I say all of this?
Baby, because these people, they are crazy. Because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers.
And going after people and making ad hominem attacks that are basically unfounded and unsubstantiated because you think this is the Real Housewives or something like that is not serious. And what I really want people to understand is being United States Senator from the great state of Texas requires a certain level of understanding, requires a certain level of love for this country. It requires a fighter. And I want to talk about the things that are most germane to what Texans want. We want border security. We want low regulation. We want low taxes. And quite frankly, I really don't care about, I think, what she said about what they is doing, and they really are. But I really want to talk about what things are most important to Texans. And it is not the personalized and ad hominem attacks about members. It is about what makes Texas, Texas, and why I believe we and Florida are the two greatest states in this great nation. Nice. And that kind of leadership is not going to work and it's not going to fly. Don't mess with Texas.
She did not get the blessing from the Democratic Party. She was convinced by the Republican Party via the Republican Senatorial Convention to run for Senate. I didn't put two and two together until I seen the video of the Speaker of the House talking about, we are happy that she is running. We want her to run. And I'm like, why? And then I went on her website.
Yes, this lady actually said something very important. She nails it. This is not about the people of Texas. She doesn't give an F about the people of Texas. She's running for Senate because of her ego. That is actually the simple truth. If you look at this clearly, Jasmine's agenda running for Senate is very clear. She has actually put out these displays for a long time now. And if you don't see it, then I don't know. I saw something the other day. She came out to announce that she's running for Senate. I've seen a lot of videos within that day that she has put out. That should just tell you a lot about Jasmine. I don't know, before we proceed with this clip, take a look at what this lady actually said. I want to play all the videos so you can see exactly what this lady is doing.
That you've made that has some Democrats worried about your ability to win statewide. In a December 2024 Vanity Fair profile, you talked about, quote, and I'm going to read a lot of the quote just to put it in the context, quote, all the complexities within the Latino community. The immigration thing has always been something that has perplexed me about this community. It's basically like, I fought to get here, but I left y'all where I left y'all, and I want no more y'all to come here. If I wanted to be with y'all, I would stay with y'all, but I don't want y'all coming to my new home. It almost reminds me of what people would talk about when they would talk about kind of like slave mentality and the hate that some slaves would have for themselves. It's almost like a slave mentality that they have. Now, about the time that that was published last year, around 1 million Latino voters in Texas were voting for Trump. Do they all have slave mentality?
No, and that's not what that said at all, to be clear. It did not say that every Latino has that type of mentality.
No, but the ones that vote for people who believe in strong or Trump's immigration policies.
So I don't believe that the people that voted for Trump believe in what they're actually getting.
This is not about the people of Texas. She don't give a people of Texas. She's running for Senate because of her ego. Because her ego is bruised due to the fact that she's the first sitting congresswoman to lose her district. And while people in the comment section do not have the intellectual range or comprehension to know the difference between seat and district, she didn't lose her seat because by law, she's still a sitting member of Congress. It's just she don't have a district. But the reason why she lost her district, outside of the fact that it was gerrymandering, was all by design when she decided that she wanted to wage war on the Republican Party by herself. She has no allies. And while y'all sitting there attacking me, talking about that I have to, pledge fealty or loyalty to her all because she's a black woman, I don't subscribe to identity politics, never have and never will. You're hating. You're just jealous. How could I possibly be jealous of a congresswoman that has no districts? She has no allies. She is running for Senate because of her ego. They're setting her up. And y'all don't even see it. Stevie Wonder can see that. But I'm going to end it with this. Anybody who has a marketing background, anybody who has a copyright background, I would challenge you, go on her website and count how many times you see the word I. It's right there on her website. It's not about the people. It's about her ego. She is fueling and feeding her own ego. But hey, I wish her nothing but the best of luck. We're going to see how this is going to roll. It's one thing to declare war or have a beef with one or two members of the Republican Party, but to declare war on the entire Republican Party at all levels of government, and you're alone and unafraid and by yourself and you have no allies to stand with you, child, sweet baby Jesus, you bit off more than what you can chew. And this is why I said in the original video, she did not read the room at all. You know, you do not hunt what you can. And if you are going to pick a fight, you got to make sure that you win. In the Army, it's always a 3-to-1 ratio.
One person wrote, which Republican in their right mind will encourage Jasmine to run for Senate? I don't believe that for 1 second. She had nothing to offer the state of Texas other than ridiculous rhetoric and nonsense. Nothing of value. She's not a political material. Realistically, she should be trying to find a town in her disappearing district she could seek the mayorship or a council seat, persecutor, something like that. But instead of doing this, these are arguments people are coming up, struggling to discredit what this lady put out on this video. I see this to be wrong. Jasmine is running because of her ego. Republicans said they were happy that she's running because they realize that she cannot win. There are just a lot of things that Jasmine has put out that if you have normal reasoning, you will see that some of these things are not okay. That is even worse. If you are saying they are not getting what they are supposed to get, it means they are insane. That response is not matching. It's not okay. If you look into statistics based on my research, you realize most of these people came in the United States legally, and they look into the culture, it aligns with them. Reasons they always go for Trump. This lady at some point always talk like she's not thinking.
Energy. I think we need an opposition party. I don't think we need business as usual. I think Zohran Mamdani proved that. I think that that you would have said, years ago, there's no way that a black senator and a Jewish senator would be the senators representing Georgia, but they are. So I think
how about a black president?
How about a black president? There have only been 14 black senators in the history of this country. Only 2 black governors in the history of this country. I think she could be the 15th black senator.
I believe you heard Kathleen the view. I don't want to make the video long. I think I'm going to end here. Please share the video. As of the short clips you see at the end, that is for the YT algorithm. God bless you abundantly.
Going to be, what a child he is. Everyone around him, almost midnight time.
And while the president wasn't exactly sure which organs were scanned, he knew which one wasn't.
He beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
And this ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
He even get an off
If the Democrat
thing, because how many times do somebody asks
for?
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah.
President Obama is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well,
Americans. It's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all like.
To have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
Said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about. Surprised to see